Hey, I'm Kate the Brave. I am a psychic medium, intuitive mentor, and energy practitioner. This is a space where we talk about intuition, spiritual work, and what it actually looks like to live this in your real life in a way that is grounded, honest, and practical. Let's get into it. So, over the last few episodes, we have been building on each other, right? We talked about how your intuition isn't off, your nervous system is. We talked about how this actually shows up, urgency, overwhelm, confusion, and what to do about it. And then last episode, we talked about why you don't trust yourself, how we gaslight ourselves, compare ourselves, and honestly get in our own way. But this is a piece that I think a lot of people are missing. Because even if you understand all of that, even if you want to trust yourself, if you don't understand how your intuition is actually coming through your body, you're still going to feel confused. Your intuition does not live in your thoughts, it moves through your body. And it is your mind's job to interpret it. But the problem is, your mind also likes to control it. Before I go deeper into this, I want to ground this in my own experience for a second, because this wasn't something that I always understood. There was a period of time where I was receiving information constantly, but I couldn't fully trust it. I couldn't fully act on it. And it wasn't because my intuition wasn't working. It was because I wasn't connected to my body. I was coming out of trauma, moving through PTSD. I had gone through hard pregnancies, a hard birth. I was taking care of everyone else all of the time, and I was completely disconnected from myself. I was overeating. I wasn't moving my body. I was not giving her the care, the attention, the love, the respect that she deserved. I couldn't see my body. So even though information was coming in, it felt incomplete, shaky. I was second guessing myself constantly. And the shift didn't come from trying to get better at intuition. It came from deciding to actually connect with myself, with my body, to take care of her, to move her, to listen to her. That's actually around the time when I changed my name to Kate the Brave. It wasn't for my psychic medium, it was for connecting to myself. It was when I committed to showing up differently for me. And that was the moment where things started to change in a very real, tangible way. That's when I had my first undeniable mediumship connection outside of myself, outside of my immediate circle. And it's not because something clicked spiritually, it was because I was finally fully present with myself and with my body. The funny thing is, the more I did for myself, the more I was able to receive and do for other people. And I want to be clear about this because your information is going to come through regardless. Your intuition does not shut off. But when you choose to actually see your body, to connect with her or them, the information feels different. Now it feels steady, it feels confident, it feels complete. There's a depth to it that wasn't there before. I'm still deepening this. Okay. This isn't something that you arrive at once and boom, you're done. You integrate it into your life daily. The more connected I become to my body, the stronger my intuition gets, the clearer my mediumship becomes every single time. So, from that place, this is where people get tripped up because your body's always communicating with you. It's subtle, it's steady, it's not trying to fight for your attention. It can look like a feeling in your chest, your stomach tightening or relaxing, a sense of calm, a sense of resistance, chills, tingles, goosebumps, emotions that don't fully feel like yours. That's your intuitive channel. That's how information is actually coming through. But your mind is fast. It jumps in almost immediately and tries to make sense of it. Is this right? What does this mean? What if I'm wrong? What should I do? And now you've shifted out of receiving and into analyzing. And the thing is, analysis isn't the problem. It just came in too early. Your body speaks first. Your mind is meant to follow, not lead. When that order flips, that's when everything starts to feel confusing. That's when your intuition feels inconsistent. That's when you start doubting what it is that you're getting. Your body is already telling you the truth, but your mind is trying to override it. I think this is where people are getting tripped up right now. You're not disconnected. You're probably overloaded. Too much content, too many opinions, too many readings, too much input coming from everywhere but here within you. And your system is like, I don't even know what's mine anymore. So instead of feeling clear, you feel foggy. Instead of feeling intuitive, you feel confused. Instead of trusting yourself, you feel like you need someone else to confirm everything. That's not because your intuition isn't working, it's because your channel is full. I really want to normalize something here because a lot of you are already receiving and you're just not recognizing it. The gut feeling you get, that quiet knowing that drops in out of nowhere, that's intuition. When your body reacts to something before your brain catches up, that's intuition. When you pick up on someone else's energy or something feels off and you can't explain why, that's intuition. When you get flashes, images, little thoughts that feel different than your normal thinking, that's intuition. This is not separate from your body. It's happening through it. This is where we bring it full circle. If your body does not feel safe, you are not going to trust what you are receiving because your system is going to prioritize protection over perception. So, if you are tense, anxious, overwhelmed, guess what? Your channel reflects that. Your channel tightens. Everything feels louder, faster, more urgent. But when your body feels safe, then your channel opens. Things feel clearer, quieter, more steady. And that is why regulation matters so much. Not because it sounds nice, but because it directly affects how you receive information. So, here are a few things that you can start doing right now. And it's nothing complicated. First, drink water. I know I say this all the time, but I'm serious. Your body is a conduit. Everything we're talking about, intuition, energy, sensitivity, it's moving through your physical body. And when you are dehydrated, your system is literally under stress. So, what happens? You feel foggy, you feel tired, you feel disconnected. It becomes harder to distinguish what's intuitive and what is just noise. Taking care of your body is not separate from your intuition, it supports it. Second, put your hand on your body, your chest, your stomach, whatever feels natural to you. And I want you to actually pause here, not rush through it. Close your eyes if you can. And instead of asking, is this right? Ask, what do I feel right now? Not what you think, not what you want the answer to be. What do you feel? Because this is where most people bypass themselves. They jump straight into meaning instead of sensation. And your body always speaks in sensation first. Speaking of slowing down, number 3 is to stop rushing your decisions. This one is big because a lot of what people think is intuition is actually urgency. Urgency placed on us by who? Ourselves, society. Urgency feels loud. It feels intense. It feels like you need to act right now. But true intuitive clarity, it's steady. It doesn't panic. So if you're getting a hit and you feel like, I need to decide right now or I'm going to miss something, that's when you pause. You do not need to act on every intuitive hit immediately. Give it space. Let it breathe. Come back to it later. See if it still feels the same, because clarity deepens over time. It doesn't disappear. And you're filtering through a lot of information. Fourth, ask better questions. Let's slow down here too, because there's an art to asking questions. And if you don't have the practice with this, it can feel really hard to know what to even ask. What I'm seeing more often than anything is that people aren't asking the wrong questions. They're asking from the wrong place. When you are anxious, when you're overwhelmed, when you're afraid of being wrong, then your questions start to sound like, is this right or wrong? Should I do this? What's going to happen? Tell me what to do. Those questions are looking for certainty. Intuition does not always give you certainty. It gives you information. So instead of asking questions that try to force an answer, you want to ask questions that open a conversation. Here's how you start shifting that. Instead of, is this right or wrong? Ask, what is this showing me? Instead of asking, what should I do? Ask, what feels most aligned for me right now? Instead of asking, is this going to work out? You can ask, what do I need to understand about this situation? And if you're really stuck, start simple. Ask, what am I feeling? Then, what is this connected to? Then, what feels true here? You're building a relationship with your intuition, not interrogating it. And the more you practice this, the easier it becomes to know what to ask, because then you start the conversation. That one shift alone will change everything. So, at the end of the day, your intuition is not something that you have to find. It's already happening. It's already moving through you. The work is learning how to listen without letting your mind take over the entire conversation. And that takes practice. It takes slowing down. It takes being willing to trust yourself, even just a little bit more than you did yesterday. You're doing a great job. You really are. If this episode spoke to you, this is exactly the kind of work that we do deeper inside of my Patreon. That's where we actually practice this, not just talk about it. I'll leave that linked for you, and I will talk to you in the next episode. Love you. Bye.